Vampire Stream. The Vampire Stream. The Vampire Stream. What up, Fight World? Your boy Ego. And we back on the late night creep for the Vampire Stream. Make sure you smash the like button. We got some things to talk about, everybody. Oh, we got a shooter in the building. You know, when you get them in the scope, they be saying that dumb casual shit. My shooter just put them in the scope. Yeah. Oh my gosh. The Vampire Stream. Yo, smash the like button. We working. The real is back. Often imitated, but never duplicated. Most talked about. Most celebrated, most hate. You know, I'm TB Ego. Listen, this proves to me Loma isn't really about that action. So Rigo isn't too. Oh my gosh. See, shout out to Anna Kyle, man. Oh my God. Anna Kyle be shutting it down. Hold on. That's a good ass point. See, bro. This is what I was trying to tell y'all. People get mad at me for keeping it a buck. And then I didn't even think of that actual point until you just said something. That's a beast of a point. He said, so Rigondeaux isn't too old. See, they say all these Cubans are older than their listed BoxRec age. But even on BoxRec, Rigondeaux is listed at 38, 39. Pacquiao's, you know, in the same echelon. 40, 39 or wherever Pacquiao is. And Rigondeaux moved up. See, that's what I'm. See, oh my gosh, Ego's army just be killing. We be shutting shit down. I told you, new media. Do you believe in God? Then believe in Death Row East. Believe in that. Believe in Boxing Ego. Believe in Ego's army. It's real out here. He said. Of course he isn't. When you made him jump up 2 weight classes to get a fight, he was hounding you for. Wow, that's a good ass point. Rigondeaux was in the same age group. Plus, he was smaller, so it kind of goes to show you what I said in my video. Is that seems weird? That seems like a weird excuse to not fight Pacquiao. I didn't even list that point. Very good, Anna Kyle. That's a very good point. See, what happens is if you pay attention and you allow people to keep talking, then the truth is going to come out usually. Sometimes you have to look for it. Sometimes you have to dig for it. But, the more people talk, the more data you have. See, for me, I know I believe what I say. Like, you know what I'm saying? It don't matter if the fighter's in front of me, if I'm at home. I believe what I'm saying. So I'm good. Everything's peachy with me. Maybe some of the fans don't like what you have to say or whatever, but at the end of the day, we don't sweat stuff like that because, the proof is in the pudding, so it's like Jackie Chan said on Rush Hour 1. He said, man, hell no, you didn't tell me you speak English. And he said, I didn't say I didn't, you assume I didn't. Not speaking is not the same as speaking. I like to let people talk who like to talk. It makes it easier to find out how full of shit they are. Shout out to Blue Blood Sports TV. BBST. Blue Blood Sports TV. The Vampire Stream. Shout out to my bro Ego. Smash that like button ASAP. Man, they getting hit with that full court press. Boxing is back. You got some fresh blood up in this motherfucker. You got some fresh blood. I'm just going to tell you, there's a lot of people that cover this sport and they're not genuine. There's a lot of racism, a lot of fucking dorks that cover this sport. But you getting some fresh blood up in this. You getting some different perspectives that were otherwise, not really talked about. Like, it is what it is. But y'all see, I don't even like to talk too much. I like to just show y'all. I like to show y'all what it is. But shout out to Blue Blood Sports TV, man. It's that fresh blood up in the media, And the funny thing is, they always talk about certain channels and say, bias and all this stuff. But how come the people you people you want to succeed aren't succeeded? You feel what I'm saying? Like they like let's say my channel. I can only speak for me. They come on my channel and say, "Oh, you racist, you bullshit, you full of shit. I hate you," all this stuff. But then someone is saying the opposite of everything I say. Why aren't they doing better than me? It goes to show you something. Ego getting ready to go to work, but love your fam. Keep up the good work. Salute, man. I'm feeling good, man. Like I think I want to give you guys a little piece of advice. I'm gonna try to do this a little bit more. Just little gems and little things I pick up on the way, cause I want my channel to mean something. Boxing is cool and all that, but this is also life. We all also brothers and sisters, and we can talk about some different shit. But self-reflection is the hardest reflection, bar none. It's easy for you to look at the next person, what they're doing, but look internally. Don't look in your neighbor's yard before you've looked at your own yard. And that's what I've been doing lately. Seeing what's working, see what doesn't work, strip away the inessentials, and then, focus on me. So in my personal life and also my business life, show your gecko eyes. Yeah, we gonna block you. So in my personal life and also my business life, I've been getting really organized, and organization is key. And that's something like when I was even younger, I was super like almost OCD, but then I went through some shit in life, and I just kind of fell out of certain habits, but we getting it back, bro. Like I'm trying to tell you, like I'm going back to the old me. Look, we going back to that old shit. I know some of you guys, you used to seeing iPads and shit. You're like, what the fuck? Crikey, what is that in his hand? A fucking pack of notepads, bro. Listen, I got 2 phones, I got iPads and shit. We taking it old school. Back to the handwritten. Work on the penmanship. I just find that when I handwrite stuff, it's more meaningful to me. You know what I'm saying? Like if I have a to-do list and I actually go through the motions of physically writing it out, it just keeps me sharper. It's like, I could type it in my phone in the notes and shit. Crikey, what is that? And he's got a yeah. We back to the notepad. We taking it back to the basics. I promise you. I'm on my Deontay the Bronx Bomber Wild shit. I promise you. I got a lot of stuff in store, So thanks for the support. But, we in our zone. This is our time now. I can't wait to show you. I can't wait to unveil. Everything's coming to me easy. But anyway, handwrite stuff. Get in the habit. A lot of people are like, I got phones and shit, man. Fuck these phones. We going back old school. We going back to the basics. But, just have a vision, have a mission in life, no matter what it is. As a man, there's a lot of people be doing the dumb shit and trolling and 18 accounts. That's not getting you further in life. So my advice as a man is just be on your alpha male shit. You got to be on your alpha male shit and have some type of purpose. Like I couldn't call myself no man and alpha male working on my purpose, building 18 accounts for someone I hate. That's how you already know that type of stuff. That's just a waste of time. Shout out to my shooter, Angel Santos. He said, yo, salute Ego and the whole army. Smash that like button. Lomachenko a legend already? Okay. I mean, he's a legend to you? Or what? What are you saying? I don't get with it. All right, so y'all wanted me to jump in the conversation. I was just trying to give y'all some some free game. But fuck it, we'll jump into the boxing. Lomachenko did an interview with Seconds Out, Radio Raheem, to this day, Raheem, right? And he basically said he started in English, but then there was a couple parts he couldn't fully express in English. So Igis Clemis was in the background, like translating for him. And basically, between the two of those sources, it's on tape. Lomachenko, I'm just going to paraphrase, he said that he don't want to fight Pacquiao. He said Top Rank presented the fight to him to fight Pacquiao, and he'd rather work on his own journey and leave an old legend alone. He doesn't want to beat an old legend in Manny Pacquiao. He basically said that Pacquiao, his career is done, and Manny's too old, and for lack of better word, just made it sound like Manny Pacquiao's washed. And he doesn't want to be the guy that just beats a legend just to become relevant. He said there's plenty of guys that are comparable, more in their prime or whatever, youthful, that he can face. So he'd rather do that. But to me, I don't like that for a few reasons. One, no matter if you like it or not, but the reality of boxing is there's always been veterans used as stepping stone. Look at Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia, he challenged for a title, beat Eric Morales and knocked him down. And then, Eric Morales rematched. He exercised the rematch clause. And then he knocked him the fuck around, spun him around. And then that was the beginning of Danny Garcia's kind of reign at 140, right? Manny Pacquiao beat Oscar De La Hoya, and that was his last fight. And then kind of sent De La Hoya to retirement. Kovalev and Joe Smith Jr. beat Bernard Hopkins, and then, he went into retirement. Canelo Alvarez beat Shane Mosley and Carlos Baldomir, and they were like 40 to like 42 years old. And Canelo was like 19 to early 20s. You get what I'm saying? Hey Santos, you don't have to delete or hide that comment. They were just they just left a good comment, but they were just joking around. And they were telling us to smash the like button. But anyway, but this is boxing, people. So from a business perspective, that doesn't make sense. The veterans, like, no disrespect to them, but that's the way of the world. You get this young rising star, and then they get matched with the veteran, and see who wins. So from a business, you hating on your own business. Like, see, this journey in boxing for me has been great, and I've learned a lot about the business, and I learned a lot about just other stuff, like, just networking even more than I was already doing, branding. And to me, you're Lomachenko, that statement, you're holding yourself back, because you would get more credit fighting Pacquiao than Jose Pedraza. You get what I'm saying? Shout out to you, Jeremiah. I just got your message. Appreciate you. Who name someone out there who thinks that Pacquiao is an easier fight than Jose Pedraza for Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? Name someone out there who believes that Pedraza, in beating him, if Lomachenko can beat him, he'll get more credit beating Jose Pedraza, who Gervonta Tank Davis knocked out in January, probably 2016 or 17, and who's going to give Lomachenko more credit for beating Pedraza than the old legend Pacquiao? You get what I'm saying? So, that doesn't even make sense from any angle, from a business perspective, because you'll make more money. Lomachenko, sometimes, that's what I'm saying. You're hating, you're throwing salt in your own game, because some casual fans, they just care about the big names. If they haven't heard of you, then, they're not really checking for the fight necessarily. Lomachenko and Pacquiao would represent a smart business fight. So you're, from a paycheck standpoint, we all know that Lomachenko would make more money, in an event with Pacquiao than Miguel Marriaga or, whoever, Nicholas Walters or Jose Pedraza or Jorge Linares, Speaking of Linares, I heard Pacquiao used to dog Linares in sparring. You know, styles make fights. Pacquiao is a southpaw, and he has snap on his punches to this day. Like Wilder said, to this day, you know, he still can hurt you. You know, there's some people picking Broner to get stopped by Pacquiao, and that leads me to my next point. Adrian the Problem Broner, if he beats Pacquiao, I'm giving him credit because stylistically, Pacquiao is a handful for Broner's style. So if Broner, you know, pulls it off and beats him, I'm certainly giving him credit. Vice versa. If Pacquiao dominates or stops Broner, then I'll give Pacquiao credit. Broner's never been stopped before, you know? And I don't know that he's all the way been dominated. I'm trying to think of someone who, you know, like, you know, I guess you could say Mikey Garcia. Like, even the Maidana fight, Maidana thrashed him and overpowered him, but I wouldn't say it was a domination because if you know boxing, you watch that fight again, he gave Maidana issue late in the fight. Maidana started getting a bit tired, and Maidana was getting hurt in the late rounds. But then Maidana came up with a late knockdown, and that kind of fucked it up even more for Broner. But Broner didn't do bad in the rematch. I'm tired of Pacquiao fighting garbage ass dudes. I hope Broner beats him. I'm Filipino, by the way. Yeah, but Lomachenko wouldn't be a garbage dude. But Lomachenko is admitting that he turned down the fight because Pacquiao's too old and, you know, too past it or too washed. I just put it this way. You know, here's the skinny of it. Make sure y'all smash the like button. Here's the skinny of it. Look at it like this. Unless Lomachenko has anybody on his recent resume that's lesser than Pacquiao, then it doesn't make sense. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm all with, you know, going your own, you know, the road less traveled and making your own path and journey. But we know there's been Lomachenko opponents in recent memory that are lesser fighters than Pacquiao, that represent less money, you know, in terms of if Lomachenko were to fight him, and that represent less of a threat than Pacquiao. So, you know, that kind of ends that right there. Bottom line is Pacquiao is a bigger fight, bigger event, more of a threat than some of the guys that he's faced recently. So I can't really believe that Lomachenko is. I can't believe his justification for not making the fight. What I think is the more likely the case is, you know, Pacquiao still commands attention and respect, and you know Pacquiao's probably not coming down to 135. Which means you just got knocked down versus Jorge Linares, you know, and if you fight Pacquiao, you're going to have to deal with his punching power, and you would have to likely fight him at 140 to 147, you know. So I think that's more likely the case. I agree. Pacquiao will make Lomachenko more famous, just like Jeff Horn. But the difference is Lomachenko is actually, I mean, no disrespect to Jeff Horn, but, you know, Lomachenko's a better fighter. So if he were able to beat Pacquiao, people would give him credit. End of story. You know, so his justification sounded pretty sorry to me. You know, just talking about like, oh, you don't want to beat an old guy. You know, shit is boxing. You gotta beat whoever's in front of you. But okay, look at it like this. Why do motherfuckers want to? Why does Canelo want to fight Floyd? Floyd's older than Pacquiao. You know, why do people want to fight Floyd still? You know, imagine if Conor McGregor said that. If he was like, oh, I don't want to fight this old man. Like, he made old man jokes about Floyd, which is cool, you know, to sell the fight, but he still wanted to fight him, you know. And I never heard no fighter say they're not going to fight someone because they're too old. Pacquiao's just coming off a TKO, you know, a win where he looked vintage, he looked good, you know. So realistically, that doesn't even make sense. Like, if you maybe after the Jeff Horn fight or something, when everyone said, oh, Pacquiao was done, but you know, Pacquiao already bounced back with a win. It showed that he still got a few fights left at least. You know, we got to see what he does with Broner. So to me, that whole justification doesn't make sense at all. Angel Santos just said it straight out. He said, "Yeah, Loma don't want no smoke up at 140 and above." Exactly. That's what it really sounds like. Yeah, Pacquiao definitely didn't beat Floyd, but you know, that's what's up. Mayweather is still a top fighter though, but he's not in his prime. Why do still guys want to fight him? Just admitted ego. He's scared. Too much of a risk. Well, I'll let y'all decide that. But either way, the excuse that he made doesn't make sense. You guys justify why he said in the interview he's not scared. I'll leave that up to you guys. But bottom line, that whole justification sounds fishy. I probably wouldn't have even said that. You don't want to fight him because he's too. That's like Kovalev. He's younger than B-Hop. He didn't be like, oh, I'm not trying to fight this old ass this 50-year-old motherfucker, this bald head, black 50-year-old, this milk dud head ass. Who does that? What fighter even says that? I'm not gonna fight this person because they're like. It'd be one thing if somebody was like criminally washed up, but they're like Pacquiao. And it's funny when people always say they say like a little like disclaimer, but then it doesn't even mean anything. They'll be like, oh, hey, not to offend you, but, and then what they're going to say is going to offend you. You're like, not to be mean, but, and then they say something mean. That's what Lomachenko did in the interview. He says, no disrespect, but Pacquiao washed up, basically. What you mean, no disrespect? That is disrespectful. Like, I could understand if Pacquiao was putting on just Kermit Cintron or Antonio Margarito type performances, or like when Shane Mosley's losing to David Avanesian. Pacquiao don't look like that. He's not looking like that. You could say he's not in his prime or whatever, but you can't disrespect him like that. Even in the Jeff Horn fight, he had Jeff Horn looking like Weekend at Bernie's in one of them rounds. Let me see Canelo at 41 years old fight someone 2 weight divisions higher than him that is 28 years old. Yeah, that ain't happening. It's Cursor, you're hella funny. He said Loma said that shit like he has devastating power and would seriously take Pacquiao out. That's what I'm saying. That just sounds like you don't want to fight him, bro. That's just, for whatever reason. But that reasoning doesn't make sense. Oh, because he's old. Yeah, but see, this is what I'm talking about in boxing, people. I don't agree with the Pacquiao is washed up argument. He's past prime, but tell me you wouldn't want to see him versus Porter Garcia Thurman. He might beat any of it. This is what I'm talking about. Shout out to Dr. Mofongo. The Black Channel. That's what I'm saying. That's why Lomachenko's saying, oh, no disrespect to Pacquiao, but that's why it is disrespectful because you're not just gonna play Pacquiao like that. You seen Pacquiao versus Jesse Vargas. He was a champion. Pacquiao won that fight relatively easily. You know what I'm saying? And that guy was like, Jesse Vargas is tough, hurt Bradley in the 12th, had a draw with Broner. Shout out to Dr. Mofongo. Buenos dias. What up? What's popping? Pacquiao, that's what I'm saying. You're not going to just that is disrespectful to Pacquiao because like my man Dr. Mofongo said, Pacquiao, he makes entertaining fights with any of those dudes. I'm not saying he'll beat Errol Spence and Crawford and everybody, but, against Danny Garcia, Broner, maybe Keith Thurman, depending on how he looks in his comeback. Sean Porter, he's a live dog in any of them fights. He really is. So, yeah, he could definitely still hang. Shit, even if he fought Jeff Horn again, he might, if he just fought a smarter fight. He beat Bradley the third time. That was probably his best performance versus Bradley. He had Bradley doing backflips and shit and windmills and all this. That's what I'm saying. So that is disrespectful to Pac. You see, this is what I'm saying. If Pacquiao's so old, why is everyone picking him to beat Broner? Broner's youthful. Broner's bigger than Pacquiao. That's what I'm saying. That's why none of this makes sense. But beyond all of what I just said, if Lomachenko, and he's the guy moving up, so you definitely would get credit beating Pacquiao because you're the guy moving up. It sounds like you don't want to move up. Now I think that Jorge Lanada's fight and knockdown was a reality check that you're not Superman, so now you don't want no smoke at 140 or above. I can't believe some of you fucking idiots on here. I did a live stream a long time ago. They was telling me Lomachenko would beat Tommy Hearns at 154. I'm like, hell nah. Y'all say the video is still up. I don't know what video it is, but I know I didn't take no videos down. Y'all said that Loma would beat. See, that's what I'm saying. Boxing, the casual fans be ruining it because they just be saying whatever with no substance. And then as time wears on, you see that isn't the case. If you get knocked down by Jorge Linares, then Tommy Hearns is at 154, who y'all said would get beat by Lomachenko and really tried to justify it. Crazy. I swear to you, I did it live stream, and it was after is one of the Lomachenko. Let's say I don't remember exactly what video, but I think it was after Lomachenko Linares, and I was like, Bob Arum made a comment like, "This is the greatest thing since Muhammad Ali, and he would beat Pretty Boy Floyd." So I was doing a live stream talking about. I'm like, "How you gonna disrespect Pretty Boy Floyd? Those are like arguably his best weight classes, and you're gonna just say Lomachenko beats Pretty Boy Floyd?" And then I went through a slew of people, and I was talking to the people, and some of them probably trolling, but some of them really were acting like they believed it. They said Lomachenko would beat. This is before Linares. So whatever the fight was before that, because he hadn't moved up to lightweight yet. They were saying, "Oh, the Matrix, he'll beat Pacquiao," and when Pacquiao was like a speed demon and knocking people out, they said he beat Pretty Boy Floyd. I was like, "What about Roberto Duran?" "Oh, he beat Roberto." They were saying all types of shit. I'm like, "What the fuck?" Honestly, I swear to you, I'm not even like, I'm not trying to sell y'all nothing. I do not see Lomachenko beating prime Shane Mosley at lightweight. Shane Mosley has speed. He was explosive. He's had a chin his whole career. Nobody knocked him out with no headshot. Pacquiao, Mayweather, none of them dudes knocked him out. Margarito, he had power. And at lightweight was his best weight. Sugar Shane Mosley is one of the greatest lightweights of all time. See, I always got people that vouch for me. We got receipts. D21519. He said, "I remember that stream." I don't have no reason. Talking about Lomachenko beating Pretty Boy Floyd, that's a tall order. I don't even know if he gets past a guy that Floyd beat in Sugar Shane Mosley at lightweight, or Roberto Duran. Roberto Duran and Shane Mosley are literally top all-time lightweights out of everybody that's ever competed at lightweight. They are amongst the best ever at that division. So everybody that in the history of boxing that has competed at lightweight, they are at the top. So that includes even current great fighters like Mikey Garcia. He's a really good fighter. Roberto Duran and Shane Mosley. Like, if you put Roberto Duran and Shane Mosley versus Mikey Garcia at lightweight, they definitely have a shot to beat Mikey. And Mikey is a phenomenal fighter. They're all-time greats. Hands of Stone and Sugar Shane. So I don't even know Lomachenko beats them. Like, he might have an issue with Pedraza. Pedraza look kind of big. He might have some issue there. That's what I'm saying. These casuals be ruining it because they talk nonsensical stuff because they don't know enough about the sport, so they end up disrespecting people. Duran versus Shane Mosley at lightweight, that would have been crack. That somebody gotta get out of there. That would be a crazy ass fight. You know, that and Edwin Valero versus Pacquiao. Those would have been like some like really crazy fights. See, that's another person. Edwin Valero. I don't know that Lomachenko would get past him, bro. His style, that seems like a style that would be all wrong. And he was hitting hard as fuck. He gave Oscar De La Hoya, who was much bigger, a black eye. Oscar De La Hoya kicked him out of sparring, if I'm not mistaken. Or kicked him out of camp. Edwin Valero is a fucking beast. I know a lot of people, they'll feel a type of way because of how it all ended, unfortunately for him and his wife or whatever. Like, you know, that's a fucked up, crazy story. But, you know, I'm just talking about the man's fighting ability. Valero was hitting hard as fuck. So, you know, those will all be dangerous fights for Lomachenko. You know, so that's what I'm saying. Like, these promoters and trainers and different people, that's why I don't even like when they draw from history. Like, they do it under other genres too. Like, oh, this guy's he's the next Pac. He's not no next Pac. He ain't the next shit. He's whoever his name is, Little Fury, or, you know, whatever the fuck the rapper's name is. He ain't no next Tupac. Tupac is Tupac, and he's whoever the fuck he is. You know, people always want to draw these comparisons. Oh, this guy's Bruce Lee, and then, you know, this guy Bruce Lee in the MMA, and then he get knocked the fuck out. He ain't Bruce Lee. He ain't Tupac. I hate that when the people always prematurely let the, you know, if anything, let them have a whole ass career and see where they end up, and then draw those comparisons. But they want to do it like you got a hot single out and you put, you know, 2 hot singles back to back or some shit, and then they say, they say you're the next Tupac. No, you're not, because Tupac had more than 2 hot singles. You know, we got to see if you're going to be around, if you're going to be compared to somebody great. You know, that's why Bob Arum keeps saying that Lomachenko's Muhammad Ali. He's not Ali. See, Cobra 55, know the struggle. He said then they act like you're hating on Loma, but it's just not giving him, hold on, the chat jumped up. But it's just not giving him credit until he earns it, not jumping on the bandwagon that he's the best after 10 fights. This is what I'm talking about precisely. Somebody said Provodnikov sucks, bruh. Provodnikov, he might give Lomachenko some issue, bro. I'm dead serious. Look at his style. First of all, I know for a fact, if you've ever watched Ruslan Provodnikov, Lomachenko, you know, I really don't see him hurting Provodnikov. Provodnikov got hit by Matisse, a dangerous puncher, a malicious puncher, and was eating that. He was pissing blood. His piss looked burgundy after the fight. They showed the cup, you know, that after he had peed in the cup, his shit looked like fucking maple syrup and shit. That's crazy. But Provodnikov hits hard and he's tough, which is stylistically some of the ingredients you'll need. You know, and see, the other thing, guys like Ruslan, he don't try to outbox you. He knows he's not going to try to outbox you. He knows he's not going to outbox you. He's just trying to fuck you up. There's a scene on one of my favorite movies of all time called Point Break with Keanu Reeves and Patrick Swayze, rest in peace. And then Keanu Reeves got in a fight with this local surfer gang, or he's about to. And he's like, I guess this is the part where you guys tell me that locals rule. And he's like, nope, we're just going to fuck you up. That's all he said. That's how Ruslan fights. Nope, we're just going to fuck you up. That's all he's trying to do. You know, and that's good. Any fighter that knows their strengths and weaknesses and knows their identity is a good thing. Ruslan don't try to outbox you. He just try to assault you and maim you. But anyway, I can't buy what Lomachenko's saying about Pacquiao, because I think that's a hell of a fight. And Pacquiao, you know, it is disrespectful to me to suggest like Pacquiao's just done. Why do people care about Broner and Pacquiao? It wouldn't be such a anticipated fight if Pacquiao was looking as, you know, old and decrepit as Lomachenko's making it out to be. So to me, I think a more plausible thing is Pacquiao hits too hard, and you would have to fight him at 140 to 147, which after your last fight with Lanata's dropping you, you realize staying in the pocket with guys who hit that hard and or are bigger, you're gonna have to make more adjustments. I believe Tank Davis can beat Lomachenko. I mean, he can. I'm not saying. Listen, please, for the record, Tank is my dude. I know him personally. He just I tweeted him yesterday and he just tweeted back. But I'm not just saying this. If Tank puts it together, because we haven't seen him like super frustrated. If he doesn't second guess himself and he lets his hands go, he could beat Lomachenko. I really believe that. He's too explosive, southpaw just like Lomachenko, and he hits hard. He's just gonna have to believe with himself, even if the going gets tough, and let them shits fly. I'm not saying he absolutely would beat Lomachenko. It's a good fight, but you never see me get in the way of these fights. Make the fucking fight happen. I'm good with that. Tank is having discipline issues. Well, either way, stylistically, he has the tools. He has experience. He has self-belief, and he hits like a mule. So he has enough of the right ingredients where I think he could beat. I'm not saying he absolutely would. It's a good fight. But that's how it should be. It's just like Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. I don't know who would win. I don't know. I really don't know who would win. But that's the mark of a good fight. And see, that's the thing. I think Lomachenko left the division 130 without unifying down at 130, but there were probably some better options to unify. I don't know about y'all, but instead of Jose Pedraza, who got knocked out by Tank, I'd rather see Lomachenko fight Tank at 130, Machado or Berchelt at 130 than to fight Pedraza. Me personally, if I got to play matchmaker, I would have rather Loma stayed at 130 and try to unify with at least one of them. Pedraza, yeah, he's a champion, but he beat Ray Beltran, who fought for his residency and fought for a vacant title. And, Ray Beltran has losses to Sharif Bogaray, Ricky Burns. I thought he beat Burns, though. Terrence Crawford dogged him, so it is what it is. But to me, I think he don't want to fight Pacquiao punching power, and you don't want to go up to 140 plus to fight Pacquiao. Therefore, that's why the fight didn't happen. I don't think it's because you just don't want to destroy a legend. Who says that? Who just, man, this is what you get paid to do. So you don't mind, like the dude earlier said, so you could fight a 38, 39-year-old Rigondeaux and destroy him, make him quit, but you don't want to do that to Pacquiao. Like, come on, man. That don't even make sense. But, that's my thoughts on that. This water is actually delicious. Shout out to alkaline water. From New Zealand. Y'all got to get that 1907 with it. Smash the like button. We working, people. We working. Y'all heard about that Kevin Hart thing? That's crazy. I told you, them BLTs, they'll come back. They hit him with some tweets. How do you people even know what to look for? You know what I'm saying? I guess maybe they just remember it, maybe. But they found some tweets, I guess, that he left like 7, 8, 9 years ago or some shit on his Twitter. So basically what happened, Kevin Hart was supposed to be the host of the Academy Award. Black man hosting the Academy Awards, so there was some scrutiny. Even though Kevin Hart's really not even that type of comedian. He's not like, he's doing Jumanji and shit. Like, he's not doing he used to do like Paper Soldiers and Soul Plane and stuff like that. Anyway, there was people that want it and they researched and I guess he had a lot of like homophobic gay slurs or something that he was putting via tweets. He was calling people the F-bomb, the F-A-G, and, saying they were gay and whatever, homo or some shit. He was saying words like that, and they found all these tweets. He did it, He did actually have a lot though. There were a lot of, at least from what I seen, there were like a lot of instances where he was saying these remarks. And anyway, they drudged up them tweets. Y'all gotta be see, I know what I say. I know I joke around and stuff, but I'm very cautious of what I say. Cause, you know, especially now, you gotta be, you know, Pacquiao, he be saying whatever. I think gay people, we should kill them. Like, Pacquiao, you can't be saying that, bro. This is not the Philippines where you could just be, you know, you and your president just saying what you feel and shit. The president be like, the president of the Philippines just like going after drug dealers and he want to kill them, and you can't do that here like that. You know what I'm saying? If you do drugs, then we will kill you, shoot you in your face. I am from Crenshaw Mafia, and I get my brother to shoot you in the face. Like, what? Pacquiao, chill, bro. You African booty scratcher. I do believe I am from Crenshaw Mafia. It is Treyway. I believe that one in Treyway. Like, Pacquiao repping Treyway? Pacquiao repping Treyway? It's bucking Treyway. Like, damn, Pacquiao, you can't just be saying this shit like that. Pacquiao ain't got no chill. Pacquiao said that gay people are worse than animals and deserve death or some shit. Like, bro, how'd you think Nike was gonna keep you after? That's fucked up to say to any group of people. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how you thought Nike was gonna keep you after you said some shit like that, bro. Pacquiao wildin'. Gay people worse than animal, but get these new Nikes. Like, bro, Nike dropping you ASAPolous. Anyway, bro, you gotta watch what you say. You know, they came and got Kevin Hart, and then he like, now he's not hosting it. They probably gonna get someone hella square to announce it now, like somebody like that has no you know, someone that wouldn't even dare have controversy, like fucking Bill Nye the Science Guy or some shit. Yeah, man. Yeah, he ain't doing the hosting no more. He said you'll get 20 years for a DUI. Hell no. That's what I'm saying. Different countries, there's different rules. I was thinking this thing, I think it was Saudi Arabia, women just was allowed to drive like last year and shit. Like, damn. Like, women couldn't drive. You know, just different rules, different place. Like, damn, you didn't let them drive, huh? That's crazy. You be like, hey, babe, go to the store. God damn it, you can't. I gotta go to the store. You can't. You can't even drive. I don't see how you get hate from outside the club. You can't even drive. Lag out. Like, like, hey, babe, we ran out of lettuce. Can you go get some romaine? You can't even drive. You can't even drive, bitch. Like, that's crazy. I don't see how you get hate from outside the club. You can't even get in. Lag out. Yeah, just different, you know, different country. You steal the Snickers, they might chop your hand off or some shit. Here in Mexico, you get killed in barrios if you mess. Oh yeah, but yeah, in Mexico there was that he was like, I think a YouTuber or vlogger, and they killed him because he like disrespected. You can't, man. That's a whole different world. You can't disrespect cartel members and shit, and make parodies, or I don't know what he did exactly. I forgot. Pirate or whatever his name is. Just different set of rules. You gotta be. You gotta just watch what you do and how you move. Getting ready to start this work day. Have a great day. Shout out to you. Appreciate you. There's countries that have no alcohol in it and people try to smuggle it. Yeah, you gotta be cool. Yeah. That's crazy. And then I think they filmed it on top of everything else. Yeah, the Philippines, Nicaragua is having some things, and Chocolatito was involved. They got a lot going on over there too. But anyway, I'm not trying to make this all political about every country. I want to talk some more of this boxing stuff. There's just, you got to watch what you say, especially this day and age. Kevin Hart, and the thing is, the crazy part is, I think when he was tweeting all that, I don't think it was before he really blew. Like, it was before he was really like people don't understand. A lot of these actors and a lot of people, like even me, I put in a lot of work that people don't know about to even get to where I get, or where I've gotten through YouTube. You get what I'm saying? Like, they say every success story is 10 years in the making, so Kevin Hart, he was doing like Rockefeller, like straight to DVD movies with Beanie Siegel, Paper Soldiers, stuff like that. He wasn't in, like, he was doing like real low budget direct to DVD type shit. But then he put out that comedy special, and then he started getting in like Think Like a Man, and then it kept going. He started doing Central Intelligence with The Rock and Jumanji, and it just kept taking up, and he had more specials. But he had already been putting in work. It was just on a much smaller scale. And I think that's when he was doing some of those tweets. Because you have to understand, you're looser. Because you know what I'm saying? You're not like a developed brand. Do you get what I'm saying? But anyway, who's Joshua gonna fight? Who y'all think Joshua is gonna fight in April? Who do y'all think Joshua gonna fight? Make sure y'all smash the like button. We working. Oh, we working. Usyk, White. Man, it literally can't be this hard, bro. That's what makes me believe that he doesn't, that's not his. I just can't. If you really want to fight Wilder, there's ways to make your presence felt. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, show up to his fight. I think that's it doesn't get the fight done, but it's an act of good faith. It shows a commitment. So it doesn't guarantee you the job. Like, put it this way. Let's say there was like a job fair, and then the store manager said, "Hey, the job fair, we already have we're at capacity, but show up tomorrow anyway, just in case some people flake out or don't show up, and then we'll be able to squeeze in an interview with you if that happened." It's like an act of good faith type of thing. Doesn't guarantee you that you'll get the job, but if you really wanted the job, you really and truly wanted that job, you would go to that job fair, even though they said they already had all the interviews lined up. You would go and wait, and hopefully someone doesn't show up, so you have a chance to audition for that movie part, or you have a chance to interview for that job, And not only did Joshua say he's not going, he said he wasn't even watching the fight. So it's like, tweeting after the fact, you didn't even watch the fight live, you said. So that doesn't even make sense. Everyone at the world's talking about it on Saturday night. You talking about it on Monday or Sunday or something. You know, you was getting your beauty sleep. That's just, that doesn't show to me the due diligence that you really want to fight. I love seeing giants fight. Yeah, I thought about that too. They just both look hella big in there. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. Just crazy. Yeah, like I just feel like there's ways to go above and beyond to really put your bid in. And I don't see Joshua doing that. It's like he's content. It's like him, Barry Hearn, Eddie Hearn, they're all content with this like almost prima donna role of, hey, we're the king of the hill. God damn it, Bobby. You know, we're the king of the hill, king of the crop. And, you know, these other guys have to give in to what we want. Like they're just content playing that. But the division's still moving without them. Like, for example, I ain't heard one response. I ain't heard nothing to Luis Ortiz. Luis Ortiz been calling him a chicken, saying he won't fight me. I ain't heard one interview where AJ responded to Luis Ortiz. You can't just think everyone's irrelevant to you. Shout out to Lamar Gugis, $5 super chat. Shmoney gang. Just a small idea, but Wilder should fight White to eliminate him from AJ's bum list and fight all of AJ's opponent and leave him with nowhere to go. Yeah, but all that's to me, I feel where you're going with it, but none of that should be necessary. It's only 2 champions, 3 if you count the lineal shit with Tyson Fury, but there's only 2 guys really with active, current belts and shit. It shouldn't have to be all that. Why, because all that's going to take time, going through Dillian White and fighting Dominique Brazil and fighting all these guys that AJ already beat. That's unnecessary time. You shouldn't have to do that to unify. Lomachenko, I give him props because this is his first unification. A lot of people get mad at what I say, but they can't disprove what I say. Lomachenko, another thing is, we don't know how the Pedraza fight's going to play out. Most people are favoring Lomachenko, cool. But he hasn't done it. He hasn't done the deed yet, right? And Pedraza's really a new champion. This is his first title defense, and he's fighting Lomachenko, whatever. But Lomachenko has never had more than 1 belt in his 12 fights or whatever, 11, whatever he's at. He's never had more than 1 belt in any division. And then they're already saying he's better than Terrence Crawford. Crawford had all of the belts in his division. Block Jesus Zazuta. Block him. You don't tell me what to do. I'm a grown-ass man. Anyway, Lomachenko has never had more than 1 belt, and they're comparing him to Muhammad Ali, saying he's higher rated and ranked than Terrence Crawford, who unified a division, and in his first fight, he got a belt in a higher division. You get what I'm saying? You see what's wrong with that picture? How are you giving him such high praise to compare him to Muhammad Ali, who did stuff even outside of boxing that Lomachenko hasn't done anything like what Muhammad Ali stood for? He hasn't done no like worldly deeds. Like, you don't really even see too much of Lomachenko. Like, he's not talking about like world issues, and I don't see him doing that. Anyway, he's never had more than 1 belt. This Saturday is his first opportunity to get that, to actually unify. Unification shouldn't have to be these major struggles. AJ he has 4 belts, including the IBO. Wilder has the WBC. Fight. You shouldn't have to do all this extra shit to unify. That should be on everybody's to-do list. Because if you don't unify, then how can you say I'm the best when there's someone else in your division with something else that you need to be considered the best? Terrence Crawford, he's doing what he did at 140. He said he'll fight. Who name someone Terrence Crawford said he would not fight at 147? I'll wait. He was down to fight Collazo, got bad feedback. Now they're looking at Amir Khan. He said he will fight Danny Garcia. He said, I'll fight Errol Spence next or whatever. Who won't he fight? He's down for the down for the work. Anthony Joshua don't want to risk it. It's life. Life comes with risk. There's a lot of stuff I don't want to risk, but I'll never know. Like me, I just feel like this. You got to look at project your life into the future. Think about yourself being 75, 80 or something, and looking back on life. Nobody wants to have regrets. Nobody wants to be like, man, if only I would have asked that girl out. If only I would have tried this and, went with my passion. Nobody wants to be that person. So, there's a lot of things we do that we don't want to do because failure is an option. But, the way I look at it is, what more, like, if not everyone knows my whole life story and everything I've ever been through, but I've already failed before. I've failed at tons of stuff. So if I have a new endeavor or something I want to try, I mean, can it be worse than any other failure I've had? I've had some big failures, like things where like my life was not going smooth at all. So, life is about risk. Name somebody who's worth even mentioning, in terms of like philosophers or business moguls, a billionaire that never took no risks. Like, even if you're a billionaire, like let's say Warren Buffett, he got all this money, but this is why he say he reads 6 to 8 hours a day and all this shit, because he's trying to make the most informed, like, investments and stuff. But if you're an investor, you took a L. There's nobody that just gets it right every single time, and every business that they support, everything they invest in is a positive trend, or even if it is, eventually it grows into something. Maybe when it first starts, maybe the first year or two is all losses or all, you don't even break even. That's life. Exactly. An L just means you learn something. I like it. That's what I'm saying. Eddie Hearn talking about, like, we got these wild card options. I seen Klitschko was in the gym. I don't want to see no Joshua Klitschko. See, Matchroom, in my honest opinion, they have to stop with the recycled matches and or the super, like, superbly low level fight. Like, just hear me out. Eddie Hearn is always commenting on Wilder Fury ain't this. Adrian Broner Pacquiao, Spence and Mikey aren't going to do these numbers. But you're putting on Kell Brook versus Michael Zarafa. What numbers is that going to do? How meaningful is that to where Kell Brook plans on fighting? You put on a card in Kansas that was at a really small venue, didn't even look sold out. And the main event was Gerald Big Baby Miller versus some Romanian cat, Dog Bandinu. So, it's like you almost have some nerve to critique Mikey and Spence, but then you're putting on a Kansas fight. And every promoter has that. There's, Al Heyman or whoever top rank, they all have cards that aren't, not every card you still got to promote. Like Maurice Hooker, Alex Acedo wasn't as big as, Terrence Crawford versus Jeff Horn or Pacquiao Horn or whatever, So every card, every promoter has them in between type of fights. Some obviously have more than others, but everyone has that. But it's just like Eddie Hearn is constantly talking about everyone else and what PBC did wrong and Broner Pacquiao, and I don't think Wilder Fury happens. Fury's gonna pull out, and then Fury proves you wrong. You still say the fight's not great. It's just like, you just got to be realistic. I feel like honesty still is the best policy. You have Amir Khan and Kell Brook, both of them, and they're both not fighting nobody. And they're not fighting each other. It doesn't look like. And like, look at, like, see, this is the thing. Eddie Hearn keeps saying like, oh, DAZN, and we're keeping guys active. Okay, that's true, but you're also keeping them active but it's not like monumental fights in a lot of the situation. Like Gerald Miller, name his last 3 fights. You know, it wasn't like Gerald Miller versus Dillian White, Luis Ortiz. You get what I'm saying? Like a monumental fight that would have really like solidified where he's at. You know? So like you gotta understand like I'm all for it. Like it's good for fighters to, you know, I guess get paychecks. I don't know how much Gerald Miller got each out, you know. So activity is good, you know. It's not a horrible thing, but the way Eddie Hearn makes it sound like is like come to the zone, we're gonna keep you active, like you just giving like the craziest fights. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, okay, like Tevin Farmer, he just fought Conor McGregor's brother or somebody, some dude from Ireland with a little, you know, the little beer joint. Fuck the Mayweather. I don't know what you're thinking. Tennyson, right? Tevin Farmer's fighting again. He's fighting again on the what's it called? He's fighting again on the Canelo Fielding card, right? But people don't even know that. You know, a lot of people don't even know that he's fighting on the Fielding card. You know, who can tell me who Tevin Farmer is fighting right now? And and this is not a knock on Tevin Farmer. I mean, he's trying to stay active. He's doing, you know, he's trying to get his paycheck and do what he has to do. I'm just talking about what Eddie Hearns be talking about. Who is Tevin Farmer fighting? Who's his opponent? Type the name right now. I'm ready. Who is Tevin Farmer? See, nobody's answering. Who is Tevin Farmer's opponent? Who's Ryan Garcia even fighting? I don't even know. Fights next week. I still don't know Ryan Garcia's opponent. You know? But anyway, Tevin Farmer is fighting on the card. I don't even know who he's fighting. Oh, he's fighting Fonseca. But see, a lot of y'all don't know that. And that's a guy that Tank Davis knocked out. No BS, I didn't even know Tevin was fighting. See, that's what I'm saying. So it's like the activity shit is cool, but at the end of the day, it's like here's the thing. Here's an example. A lot of people say, "Oh, Al Heyman's fighters aren't active enough." Danny Garcia, why is he only fighting 2 times a year? But Danny Garcia's 2 fights in this year was Brandon Rios, who he knocked out, and Sean Porter, who he had a close fight with. So a comeback off of a Keith Thurman loss and he won by knockout. And then Danny Garcia fought for a world title, WBC title, with Sean Porter at the Barclays. Those are his 2 fights. So yeah, he's not fighting 3 times, 4 times. Tevin Farmer fought, I think this is going to be maybe his 3rd, 4th time. He's fought often, but his last opponent was Tennyson, who I had never watched ever, and he knocked him out. And now he's fighting the guy that Tank Davis knocked out. So, you know, it's cool that he's active, but it's not like you put together Tevin Farmer and Tank Davis, and then you put another like really solid one. Do you get what I'm saying? So, you know, people keep saying like, oh, these PBC fighters should be so active. They should be so active. Okay, so Tevin Farmer, he has been active, but he's not getting all of the, you know, the big names in the division. He's not getting the biggest. He didn't get Mikey Garcia or Tank Davis. He got Tennyson and a guy Tank knocked out on the Mayweather McGregor card, Fonseca. the one where Tank lost his belt because he missed weight. So, it's like, what are we talking about? Gerald Miller, he's been active, but he fought the Romanian dog band, and then before that, Eddie Hearn had him fighting Thomas Adamak. And before that, he fought like Johan Duhaupas or something, who Wilder knocked out. And then Povetkin knocked out. And then he fought Mariusz WEC. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's cool, he's fighting frequently, but he's not fighting Dillian White. Why is he not fighting Dillian White? Why not fight Luis Ortiz? These are fights you can make. Why is Amir Khan and Kell Brook not fighting? So activity is good, but it is still, I believe, quality over quantity. Like I'd rather see Danny Garcia twice a year than to see Danny Garcia fight, like just, I don't know. Boxing has a lot of politics. Like I said, when PBC, when Danny fights Brandon Rios, people are up in arms. But then when your favorite promoter, whoever that may be, right, puts together, like Amir Khan fought Phil LaGreco, and then he fought Samuel Vargas, and you don't see the same type of complaints. But then Danny Garcia comes off a loss to Keith Thurman and fights Brandon Rios, and people are pissed. You see? I like Isaac Dogbo. That dude got cracks. He got good energy. I like Teofimo a lot too. Teofimo Lopez can scrap. And he be doing them dances, Fortnite dances and shit. Oh, fuck. Speaking of Fortnite, I don't play that. I don't really play video games anymore. But have you guys seen Mortal Kombat 11 preview? Oh my gosh. MK11 looks so fucking wet. That shit looks dope. Anybody seen the Mortal Kombat? Oh my gosh. That Mortal Kombat trailer. I'm not going to show all of it. Hey, I can't show y'all. It's too much. This is too much heat for y'all. Hold on. Hey, this shit look wet, bro. Hey, that Mortal Kombat look wet. That Mortal Kombat look dope. Hey, I might have to do a Twitch or something. That Mortal Kombat look wet. Fuck what y'all talking about. I might have to be twitching. Got me twitching. Shout out to Lamar Gugis, my dog. $10 super chat. A lot of boxing fans don't see or understand the boxing ratio 2-1. As a champion, you should fight 2 medium fights and 1 dangerous one. For guys like Ryan Garcia, 5-1 because he needs to still build. See, that's real shit. Hey, that's real shit though. Yeah, when you're like prospect and stuff, yeah, of course, Teofimo, those guys can fight frequently. Shakur Stevenson, because they're not necessarily they're in the developmental stages. Mick Connellan and all that. Let them learn, let them. But when you're established like Joshua, you probably fight 2 times. You don't have to fight. 2, 3 would be nice. 3 would be nice, but you're making multi millions, so you don't really have to fight that 3rd time. Munguia fought 7 times this year. That shit crazy. and they were trying to get him back in December. Yeah, that MK look wet, bro. I gotta get that MK. Hey, what's the PlayStation Pro? What is that? I don't even know. I don't watch TV and all that. What is the new PlayStation Pro? Or I don't know how new it is, but what is the PlayStation Pro? Like, what's the difference? It does 4K? Is that the only difference? See, I didn't even show y'all some of it. Hey. This. Look at Raiden, though. Hey, the homie. Hey, Raiden is raw. Get over here. That shit look dope, bro. More power, VR, 4K, more teraflop. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's basically what I thought. Yeah, that MK, I might have to get on that MK. It'd be on them sticks. Fuck this boxing. No, I'm just playing. That looked dope though. These video games are getting crazy. I remember playing MK2 the arcade 25 years ago. The arcade. Do they even do arcades anymore? Like, I don't know. Arcade used to be so fun. Do kids go to arcades anymore? Hey Hamza, I didn't get no PayPal. I don't know. There might be a little delay. Yeah, we definitely need a new boxing game. That shit's weak that they haven't given us one. Jordan Peele's remaking Candyman? Who's playing Candyman? This is tight. He said Lamar Gugis, another one. Damn, Lamar's caked out. $5 super chat, but let's ask a fair question. AJ ratio looks like 0-5. Are you tripping? Which is one dangerous fight that oh wow, he said who is the one dangerous fight that the champ has fought other than old man Klitschko? Hey, you tripping, bro? Klitschko was that's like probably the biggest danger to his style. But the other dangers to his style is Fury or Wilder. Those are all good fights, man. Like I said, it's going to be real. I can't wait to see what Team Joshua decides to do. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what happens in April. You know, because I tell you, like, it's only a matter with new media on the case. It's only a matter of time, you know, before what you know, things have to come to a head. Like there, it's like we'll get more resolution. Do you understand like the power of like digital platforms and media? Like I notice it. Do you notice Showtime and these other people? Like, see, I'm an OG in this game. You know, we still fighting. We still, you know, trying to pave a certain way and get respect. But a lot of it's just politics. You know, a lot of it's just politics in terms of just the little things. Like to get, like sometimes I don't get the, like a certain email to go to a fight. Or not a fight, but like a certain press conference. Like Triple G versus Vonis. They had a luncheon. I didn't even get no email for that. You know, so, you know, little stuff like that is kind of like who you know and stuff. But you notice you'll see more and more. You see more and more like Showtime and different stuff trying to incorporate more digital media. I've been on YouTube. You start seeing like Doesnt and all these people come to YouTube. Like, this is my stomping ground. They really need to pay me so I can help them out. You know what I mean? Like, there's not you just see basically people coming to, they're like, oh damn, YouTube there's definitely a market. Like, some of the hottest topics and trends. You got to understand boxing. Boxing is such a niche sport. More people go to probably YouTube to discuss and banter and talk boxing on a daily than some of these just bigger thing like ESPN. They got podcasts and shit. ESPN, a big box. They got a whole studio set. This ain't. I could spruce things up around here. I'm just in a room. Like, this ain't no like elaborate setup and like Chelsea lately and shit. And people still come to talk boxing. Boxing is a niche community. LOL ego, you heard that dude calling the boxing voice complaining about you clapping? Hell no, I didn't hear it. Somebody said something about you got callers call. I didn't know what they was talking about, but no, I didn't even know what. Wow, that's crazy. Why would you call another show mad at? Ness said, but ego winning. Look at his subs. LOL. Shout out to Ness. I just seen about LA. I almost got confused where the fight was. Shout out to Ness. Shout out to Boxing Voice, man. You see, what do you like? I don't understand. What is the point of calling another show about me? Like, what is like? I don't know if they brought. I didn't see the episode, so I don't know if somebody brought me up or whatever. But why? Why are you calling another show about another channel? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't go into McDonald's like Burger King's fries wasn't hot. Why would you go into McDonald's talking about Burger King's fries? These motherfuckers is retarded, bro. Burger King ain't gave me no napkins and the fries wasn't hot. Why are you yelling this shit in McDonald's though? This shit is stupid, bro. And then they say I'm sensitive. It's like, oh yeah, ego can't take criticism. He's so I'm not crying. My shooters is clapping, y'all. You don't see no tears running down my cheek. I like the way this shit's going. I like when my shooters get a little piece of that. We got a good thing going. I got channel members. Like, I'm covering fights and I'm trying to put out the best content for y'all. Like, everything's peachy over here. They say I'm sensitive, but y'all motherfuckers the ones calling other people to complain about me. That doesn't make sense, bro. That's like me calling the cable company to talk about the lights. All the power went out. It's dark in here. Why am I calling the cable company though? You know what I'm saying? Your toilet clogged up. You fuck around, call the cable guy. What the fuck? These dudes, man. Whatever. This is like when dudes get rejected at the club and start complaining. It's late. I'm sorry. The Vampire Street. That Hamza is a fool. I don't know why that is so real. That's why it's so funny. That's what I'm saying. Dudes don't know how to take rejection, I guess. I didn't know it was this bad. Like, I seen a dude punch a girl in the face. He tried to get at her. She was like, nah, I'm good. I'm with my girls. He was like, fuck you then, bitch. And then she threw her drink on him and splashed in his face. And he was like, he did a Debo. And he just hit her. And then he got arrested and all this shit. Some dudes can't take reject. That, like, bro, you fucking Ray Rice? What the fuck wrong with you? Why'd you hit, Yeah, I seen it. I was at a club. I used to be at the club, bro. Your boy Ego, we was living. I've calmed down now. But yeah, why would you do that? Cause she didn't want to dance with you? Like, that's weak. Shout out to Lamar Gugis, $10 super chat. Case in point, AJ fought to me 3 medium fights, 2 paper fights. Why y'all got Lamar going off on yo? Prince Charles and Joseph Parker and Old Man Povetkin. Can Wilder beat AJ leftovers question AJ can AJ beat Ortiz or Fury? Please, hot seat. They ain't gonna do no hot seat for that. These dudes, man, they're not. Trust me, they're not gonna do no hot seat for what you asking. You asking too much flame. You know, again, politics and boxing. Wilder was supposed to fight Alexander Povetkin, and he was on Meldonium and Flintstone vitamins and all types of shit, right? Fight got canceled. Wilder sued for wasting his time, whatever. They were still trying to once the fight got signed, they were making excuses about Wilder and, why is he fighting Povetkin? He already lost to Klitschko. Then Joshua beat him, and it's like, the best thing since Madden football, because Joshua beat him. Tyson Fury beats Klitschko. You drove this man to substance abuse because you didn't give him his fucking credit. And then Joshua beats him, and then it's like the end of, it's like, oh, Joshua has such a great resume. Still laughing about the guy crying on DBN about Ego. He was crying in there. These dudes, man, y'all got to get a count. I think you need some counseling, Stan. These dudes be like really going, like, it's just like we just here talking boxing. People be taking it a whole nother level. Like, Ego's a bitch. I'm like, all right, bro. Like, why I got to be all that? Over boxing, because we differ in opinions. Yeah, you're a fucking bitch. You little bitch. People call me all types. I get called all types of shit. They just say anything out of rage. Ego's a snitch. Who did I snitch on? Like, where? Can I see the paperwork? We need that paperwork. Who do I snitch on? I'm not even, you act like this Treyway or something. What did I snitch? I'm not even doing that. I'm not even running with, I mean, lone wolf. What are you talking about? They just be saying whatever, bro. Yeah, Ego's a rat. Shit, the real rat, the people talking about me, Yeah, look at Ego. He wants to, clickbait his title. Why you worry about what I'm doing? That's snitching. That's snitching when you start trying to tell people, Look, he just gets his news from Instagram and clickbait, and he's asking for donations, y'all. That's snitching. Why you care what I'm asking for? He's a panhandler. Why you care? Come on, man. Anyway, be anxious to see what Joshua does, because another reason is this. They've painted Team Wilder out to be so problematic, which is, to me, bullshit, because how is Frank Warren, who's his own promotional outfit, UK based, how is he able to easily make a Fury Wilder fight if Wilder's team was so hard to deal with? You know why? Is they told you in the buildup. They said when two people want to fight, it gets done. Tyson Fury, he said it. I have the video. Tyson Fury said, I text Wilder. I'm sure he'll tell you that. He says, I text him and I said, if you offer me the fight, I promise I'll take it. I got to do this for my country, blah, blah, blah. And he said Wilder will confirm this. And then the fight happened. Meanwhile, Team Joshua, they're saying they want the fight, but it keeps not happening. See, and the other thing, you got to listen to how people say, like what they say and how they move and how they talk. Team Joshua keeps talking about like problems and how problematic it's going to be and you must be reasonable in negotiations, and we have to overpay guys 6 to 7 times. Oh, this guy's not selling out. That type of demeanor is telling you how they are dealing with negotiations, because you wouldn't even need to say all of that publicly. Oh, we want to fight Wilder, but you got to be reasonable. Why you have to say that? Just have the negotiations and see. Why do you have to tell IFL that Wilder needs to be reasonable? Because you want to put that out publicly, because you're trying to convince the public, you're trying to convince the public of the narrative you want them to run with. Like, it's just, it is what it is. You wouldn't have to do that. You would just say, when you negotiate with someone, you're going to find out if they're being reasonable or if they're not. That's how you do it. Behind closed doors. You don't have to tell IFL and all the people that watch it and watch the video and like it and dislike it and all that. Oh yeah, we want to fight Wilder, but Wilder must be reasonable. We have to overpay. Why don't you just negotiate with him and see if he's being reasonable? You don't have to forewarn anybody. It's just like when people come to my channel and say, your channel sucks, dude. This blows. I'm out of here, dude. I'm unsubscribed. You don't have to tell me. You would just unsubscribe. So obviously you're trying to create a scene. Shout out to Lamar Gugis. He on y'all helmet. $10 super chat. Money gang. This why they mad. This why they hate. Shout out to Lamar Gugis. He's holding it down. $10 super chat. Looking like a Sunny Delight bottle with them yellow super chats. Shout out to the homie Ego. But these beta male fans hate but don't want to probably answer the boxing questions. Truth is, Wilder would beat AJ leftovers, but old man who's avoided Ortiz would mop AJ. But see, that's the same thing of what Lomachenko is saying about Pacquiao. He's saying, oh, this guy is so old. Why do I want to fight a washed up Pacquiao? But if he's so washed up, just fight him, collect a handsome paycheck. You'll get more credit beating Pacquiao than you will fighting Miguel Madriaga or, Jose Pedraza. Same thing with Luis Ortiz. Everyone keeps talking about how old the motherfucker is. I just seen him. The motherfucker's big. He's a big dude. I was just at the, Wilder Fury fight. He's big. He could box. Luis Ortiz has the perfect shape for boxing. See, Hollywood, they'll oftentimes when they're doing a movie about a boxer, they'll depict the boxer super dialed in and chiseled to the point where they look like more like really aesthetically pleasing, like Captain America or bodybuilders or something. That's not the perfect boxing shape and physique. Pause. Luis Ortiz has the perfect, he's big, rounded, not superbly defined, but he don't look sloppy. He legs are on point, like stuff like that. I'm not obviously trying to detail a man's body like that. I know some people, I'm not Kevin Hart, you see what they did with Kevin Hart, so I'm not trying to go there, but you guys know what I'm talking about. He just has the perfect physique. Same thing like Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was just compact, stocky. Mike Tyson was never, I'm not going to say never, you didn't always see a six-pack on Mike Tyson, because at the end of the day, those things don't matter. Like in boxing, it doesn't matter. You can be like, but it just, put it this way. When it comes to a boxer's physique, some of it's genetics. You got to do whatever, where you're comfortable, wherever you're comfortable. Like Tyson Fury, people are so naive to this sport. They were looking at Tyson Fury and saying he looked bad at the weigh-in. And then you see the very next day, he arguably beats Wilder. But y'all just said he looked bad. This is the fake shit about boxing. Fury looked fine if you know boxing, then you'll know Fury looked fine. He didn't, if he would have turned up like he looked in them pictures and all that when he was like suspended, then that would have been a problem. But Fury, he looked fine. Like, not every guy is going to be like super dialed in. Same thing with Wilder coming in small. That he's weighing what a cruiserweight weighs, but he's not worried about it because he has threatening power. He has the height and the frame, and He gets the job done in terms of his power is there. So you don't have to be like Tim Bradley and like, rah, like, but if you have a physique like Tim Bradley and that's just how you look at for fights, then it is what it is. Shout out to Hamza. We got a super chat. I think it just came through. I think there's a little bit of a delay. Oh, what the fuck? It like literally disappeared. That was really weird. I was like trying to open it and it like disappeared. I was trying to read your message. Hold on. Wow. Oh, Hamza, I didn't know you're in Amsterdam. That's dope. Your message really deleted. Or the email or something. Wow. I really can't find it. You have to just retype the message. You have to retype your message. Because it's not, like, I don't want to hold up the whole stream. And I seen it in my email, and then it just, like, I can't find where it went. Like, it, like, archived it, but I can't see on the mobile app where to retrieve it. Shout out to Mike B, $5 super chat, Shmoney gang. He said, I heard Hearn wants to put Joshua in the World Boxing Super Series Retirement Home Edition. Hey, y'all violating. Y'all really violating. And we getting hella super chats for Vampire Stream. So y'all really be rocking with your boy on the Vampire Stream. The Vampire Stream. Yo, this is really crazy. I don't see how the message was there and it just really deleted. That's crazy. I'm sorry. Anyway, make sure y'all smash the like button. Shout out to the Netherlands. Yeah, man. But anyway, the pressure is going to be on Joshua. Here's why. Like I said before, him and his team have painted Deontay Wilder out to be like him and his team so hard and so unreasonable to deal with. But now, guess what? Tyson Fury boxed his ass off. A lot of people thought he won. Some people thought he lost and got a long count. Some people thought it was a draw. Needless to say, he's definitely a player. So, worst case scenario, let's say Wilder's team, you feel that they're being unreasonable. Then why won't you push for the Tyson Fury fight? You know? Why? I mean, simply put, why wouldn't you? So now that's a whole different team, whole different, group of guys. Why wouldn't you? Shout out to New York. So we're going to see, but according to Frank Warren, he believes that Joshua is fighting Usyk next. I don't know if they will put Usyk in there with Joshua first fight. I swear to y'all, I respect Usyk. I think he's a good fighter. I do not want to see that next. Listen, here's why. Despite Usyk having a great knockout, why not let him acclimate? You know what I'm saying? So we know what we're dealing with in terms of Usyk, the heavyweight. I don't want to see that. Plus, how's he skipping over the list like that? Wilder been waiting and calling out Joshua. Why would Usyk get the opportunity before him? It's not like Usyk is like a household name. Wilder is I would say he's a bigger star than Usyk. I know that's gonna make a lot of people mad, but I don't give a fuck. I'm not talking about skill set. See, you guys have to learn to understand the content. When I say something, Wilder is a bigger star, immediately people are going to get mad because they think this means that Usyk is not a good fighter or he's not skilled. It has nothing to do with skill. I'm talking about the pure who knows this guy and who doesn't know him and how much money Wilder and Joshua would generate versus Usyk. You know? Both are known equally. That's bullshit, bro. So you think Usyk is more he's from the Ukraine. He ain't from the UK. So you think Usyk is more well known in the UK than Wilder? Come on, bro. Yeah, but you're talking about, okay, you got to understand this. Boxing is, even if boxing is roots originated in England, shout out to them. Shout out to the UK for that. However, the UK is not the only end all be all. Neither is America. So we're talking about what's biggest fight for boxing. Usyk, if they're equally known in the UK, Usyk is not equally known in the USA. So it would still be a bigger fight with Wilder. You know, the UK is only one pool, one location, one pool of people. So the bigger fight is still Wilder because people know who Wilder is in the UK. And they obviously, I think he has more of a brand, especially now after the Tyson Fury fight. You know, he's a meme right now. He's a meme to this day. To this day. You know, that's a meme right now going around. And like, that's how you know you've transcended just boxing, because he's a meme, and I see pages like on Instagram and stuff that literally have nothing to do with boxing using the meme. Like there's this Bay Area one called Thizzler, right? And it just, promotes Bay Area artists and music. That's how I know about it, because I'm from the Bay or whatever. Thizzler, they don't, really cover sports. It's just Bay Area music. And it says, do you still bump hyphy music or some shit like that? And it was like, to this day. It's a meme. People who don't even have nothing to do with boxing are putting this meme out. I seen soccer pages putting this to this day as like, do you still believe in this, play or this, to this day? So shout out to Lamar Gugis, $10 super chat. Just like Floyd, send your champ AJ to go and take the belt from Wilder. If you believe Wilder is weak, all of AJ's leftovers never fought the caliber of guys that Wilder beat. Number, stop the ego hate. Man. A lot of people don't know shit about boxing, people. A lot of people don't know shit about boxing. Like they talking about, like to this day, they talking about Wilder sparring David Haye and Klitschko. Two people who are retired. I don't give a fuck what happened in, like, it's cool for, just a casual conversation, but What is David Haye sparring Wilder? You know, in terms of what I'm saying is they're trying to bring up negative aspects. Like when I talk about David Haye Wilder sparring, it's something that's still relevant to the fight today. Like David Haye saying Wilder's power is crazy, but they try to bring up like lapses. They, you know, oh, David Haye clocked Wilder and his legs buckled. What does that got to do with anything? Where's he at now? He wasn't even a champion when he sparred David Haye. I don't think he was a champion when he was sparring with Klitschko. You know? But people always bring up like useless like information like that. You know, the bottom line is, like I said, the pressure's on AJ. Damn, I can't stand Eddie Hearns and AJ anymore. Like I said, we just have to be patient and see how it all plays out for April. So the venue's already booked. We know where it's going to happen. All you have to do is get the negotiations. So hopefully it's Wilder or Fury. Notice the same people saying Wilder lost with 2 knockdowns turn around and claim Ward lost and was silent on Jacobs versus Triple G reverse scenarios. Wow. Man, I've already exposed that too. That's a great comment. Listen. I don't care who is upset about it. I talk that real on my channel. And I asked this question, you know, immediately upon the day after, when I was still in LA after the fight. I told you my standpoint on the fight. I thought it was a drawish fight where I could understand a draw, to be honest, just because the knockdowns saved Wilder. See, I'm giving you as real as I can. Like, Wilder was looking crazy in spots. He wasn't looking good. He was missing his target. He was looking winded, uncharacteristically tired. I told you that. All that stuff is real. Tyson Fury was boxing his ass off. But if you really just analyze what I say, you have 2 knockdowns. That's basically like winning 2 extra rounds. You're getting 2 extra points. Or if someone gets a point deducted, right? Plus the early rounds, there wasn't as much action. There wasn't as much of a game plan in place. It's a filler out, you know. You're trying to get something going, mount an attack. Tyson Fury did just that, and he did good in the mid and even some of the late rounds, like 10 and 11 was a real good Tyson Fury round. But them early rounds, I don't see how people scored that all for Tyson Fury. I had people who hit me up talking about that was 8-0 for Fury. Like, and me and the dude next to me, shout out to my dude Kirk, we were like, what the fuck? How do they have 8 rounds for Fury? Like, are we watching the same shit? You know, it reminds me of Mikey Garcia when he was talking to ES News about Canelo versus Triple G. He said he was at that fight, and then I think it was Pita and Mikey, and they're like watching the fight, scoring it for Canelo, and then they got on Twitter, and everybody was saying Golovkin was like dominating or some shit, and he was like, what the fuck? Do we not know what we're talking about? Like, how does, you know, boxing is like that, but this is why I don't care about that outside noise and interference, because a lot of motherfuckers don't even know how to score a fight. They don't watch boxing like I watch boxing, like a lot of you guys watch boxing. So their opinion is not going to influence me because you don't really even know what the fuck you're talking about. You watch boxing 1 time a year. You don't even know, you know, both fighters' names up there. And you're trying to tell me about boxing. You know? I've been covering this pretty much daily, you know, this sport daily to this day. Daily. All the news story. You want to talk to me about boxing. You don't even know Deontay Wilder's name. What's his nickname? You know, guys like that. So yeah, I'm not gonna be like swayed by what anybody. And that's the thing. Boxing, the more fans, the merrier. That's great. But you oftentimes get people who aren't really versed in the sport, and they doing the most talking. A lot of people are talking emotion. I'm not talking emotion. I have no emotions to the sport, especially in this fight, because I really like Tyson Fury, and I've always said that. And I really like Deontay Wilder, and I've always said that. They're both good fighters. So, and you can tell by the when people say stuff with such contempt and like animosity, it lets you know. They say, oh, ego's full, fuck you, you're full of shit, and they get all mad and riled up. But listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what they're saying. They're saying stuff with contempt. Oh yeah, if you thought Wilder won, or if you thought the countdown was long, you're a fucking Wilder dick sucker. They're saying all this like extra shit. You're a fucking idiot if you thought Wilder won more than 2 rounds. Not even hearing nobody else. So why would I try to argue with someone like that? You're not even listening to nobody's argument. You already have it made up. And a lot of these motherfuckers is fake. They had it made up before. If it, like, put it this way. Boxing is such an emotional sport and a race-driven sport where if the fight is going to be close, if it's close, I'm not saying if it's like a landslide or a knockout or something, but if it's going to be close, they already have a preordained, predetermined victor in their mind because they are emotionally connected or attached, or they emotionally resonate with that fighter more. So they're going to give the close rounds to that person without thinking twice. That's how boxing works for a lot of people. That is just the reality of it. Who you like more and who you connect. So why would I listen to somebody's scorecard that's not hearing me out? What I'm said. I said it was a draw-ish type of fight. I will rewatch it, and they're like, no, fuck you. Tyson Fury won all of the rounds but 2. You're not willing to, you're not even listening to nobody. You just feel whatever you feel and you rocking with that, and again, why would I listen to your opinion when you playing these little games like Beyonce Wilder and shit before the fight, and chicken leg Wilder, and AJ's gonna knock him out, chat shit get back? Why would I listen to your opponent? Why would I expect you to be objective when you playing, calling little schoolyard girl names and shit? Oh, Beyonce Wilder, he sucks, and what are the ticket sales? And you motherfuckers is doing all that. Like, why would I expect you to keep it a buck, keep it thorough? Stop it. Lamar Gugis, $5 super chat. Let's put Fury versus Wilder to rest. 2 knockdowns are 2 points each. Oh shit, the chat was moving too quick. 2 points each. Round 2, Wilder outboxed, and since it was close, the champ could steal a round. That's what I'm saying, but people aren't trying to hear that. Look at the first 3 rounds, bro. Like, if you really, the first 3 rounds, and Tyson Fury wasn't in this immaculate mode of like doing like, whatever people thought he was doing, where he was destroying Wilder. Wilder wasn't tired. Tyson Fury wasn't tired, and those rounds were subjective. I don't see how Tyson Fury just guaranteed got all 3 of those. All the first 4, he just got them. You scoring movement, you scoring jabbing, and these dudes is fake. That's what I'm saying. These dudes, I'm not mad if you had Tyson Fury winning. So please don't, lump me up with whoever. I don't care who you had winning. I don't care if you scored it a draw. But for you to act, like it was, Tyson Fury landed 13 more punches. 13. You guys keep saying, like, I'm seeing like, oh, it's a masterclass and you're fucking full of shit. He landed 13 more punches. When Floyd hit Canelo, I promise you he landed more than 13 more punches than Canelo. So his masterclass is a bit different. It was a good fight. Let it be that. The rematch will settle it. A lot of that's what happens when the best fight the best. Ward Kovalev, You know, when two guys have momentum and good conflicting styles, Mayweather McGregor, you know, I mean not Mayweather, Maidana or whatever, momentum and or equal skill sets or whatever is going to be interesting. And some of it's going to be hard to score. You know, Danny Garcia, Sean Porter. Some people think Danny Garcia won. Some people like what Sean Porter was doing. Sean Porter was busier, but Danny Garcia looked to be more. I was at that fight. He looked more accurate. You know, he was landing probably harder shots, but Sean Porter was busier. And, you know, and he was like outworking Danny in that regard. So it's like, it's a common thread. But like I said, a lot of these motherfuckers, based on who they like, if you already was talking shit about Sean Porter, saying he's a wrestler and football player and his style is ugly to you, or you're from Philly, or you like Danny Garcia, and if the fight is close like it was, why would I expect you to be like, you know what, Sean Porter, he won that one. You just said everything you hate about Sean Porter. You say you're from Philly. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't expect Keith Thurman versus Danny Garcia. Like, you know, if, you know, I don't even think that was too close, personally. But, you know, if you hated Angel Garcia, you know, you factor in these things and stuff like that, then of course you're going to say whatever. So that's basically the emotions behind it drive people to do so much more. I'll watch it again to see if my thoughts change. But I thought those first 4 rounds, I definitely gave Wilder some of them. You know, I'm gonna watch it again to see which ones he would have really got. Because I did score it in my head, but I'm pretty good at that. Anyway, they should rematch. I don't care if they fight in the UK. That's good. Shout out to Yashin Benjamin, $2 super chat. 13, but got dropped by the smaller man 2 times. I mean, that's another thing. This dude weighing 209. But again, people talking about it's like a double whammy too against Wilder, because you got to look at it. In the black community, you got coons and a lot of Uncle Toms, right, who are trying to tap dance to appease racist people, right? So you have that playing against Wilder. You know, to this day and stuff, they're like, oh yeah, why did he do that? He embarrassed himself. You know, so you got the coons and the Uncle Toms. Then you got America, which is a melting pot, you know, and to see a dark-skinned, outspoken fighter like Wilder, there's a lot of racist people and different people that don't like that. They love Conor McGregor when he's doing, but they don't like Wilder speaking his mind. And then you got the whole of the UK, who a lot of them either fuck with Tyson Fury or AJ or both. Do you get what I'm saying? I've been in this game too long. And see, listen, if you play, this is how the real bias fans work. If you say what they like, you the man or woman, you know. You in their good graces. But if you want to have like an objective conversation about boxing and they don't agree with it 100%, then you public enemy number 1. But for me, the great thing about me, I don't give a fuck. My mama never raised me to be no person where my like whole thought processes are predicated by what the next motherfucker thinks of it. That's just not who I am. I thought the shit was a drawish fight. I'll watch it again, you know. But there's a lot of people who they can't just say how they feel. They have to fit in and conform. That's not me, you know. So you had a lot of people who, you know, Deontay Wilder was up against it. I never even said, and the people lying on me and stuff, I never even said Deontay Wilder won. I said it was a drawish type of fight. The knockdown saved him. You know, they're like, oh, ego, he's making excuses. He said Wilder won. I never even said that. I said it was a drawish type of fight, but I said I'm not mad at you if you had Wilder winning because, you know, some of those rounds were decipherable. I'm not mad if you had Tyson Fury winning, you know. So I'm perfectly in the center. They still mad because I'm not saying what they want me to say. That's never going to happen. I'm not going to say what you want me to say because you want me to say it unless I feel it. If we agree, then we agree. If we don't, then, you know, fuck it. You know, leave my channel. I mean, that's the only advice I could give you. I'm not going to just change my whole mind and mental landscape to make you feel better about yourself. It's never going to happen. So if you can't accept that, leave. That is the best advice I can give you. You know, it's a free country. You're free to roam YouTube land. Leave. Lamar Gugis, $5. Damn, you going crazy. Shmoney gang. It said hate Floyd style, but love Fury doing the same, but lands way less. So how did Fury win? Rounds 1 through 6. Wilder won round 2 and stole 1. See, this is I use that same similar example immediately after the fight. If Floyd Mayweather got dropped twice, that alone, I'm not saying this is right, but that alone would be enough to seal his fate in a close fight. Oh shit, especially if he got dropped like Fury in the 12th round, you know, in your heart of all heart, you know what they would say. Like, oh, Floyd was knocked out, he should have been counted. I can already tell because Floyd has never even put himself in those predicaments, and people be reaching. They still talk about Castillo to this day. To this day, they still talking about the Castillo fight. So you mean to tell me if it was a perceived long count, or, you know, Jack Reese gave Floyd every opportunity to walk side to side, and, you know, the count seemed a little bit slow, you really think Floyd's eyes was rolling in the back of his head and then he woke up? Do you really think that people, these same motherfuckers, would be like, oh, fair is fair, you know, Pacquiao, you know, Floyd got the proper count? Come on, bro. Because you see fights with Floyd and Maidana, people still trying to say Floyd got his ass beaten, it was a draw and shit like that, even though Floyd beat him again. You know, same thing with Ward Kovalev. Ward beat Kovalev again, so he beat him 2-0. They still talking about Ward lost the first fight. Stop it, bro. Fury did his thing. If you had him winning, that's great. If you had a draw like me, that's great. If you had Wilder winning, that's great. Let's see the rematch. You guys know for a fact if Floyd got knocked down twice, he lost just off of that. There's so many people, they would just stop scoring. He got knocked out, his eyes were rolling, he lost. They're not going to be no more objective than that. But then when Fury do it and come back from the dead, you know, because you like him and like his story. Same thing with the trash talk. I've always brought this up. Conor McGregor trash talk, you love it. Broner trash talk, you hate him. Floyd trash talk, you hate him. Wilder, you know, snaps at a reporter, you hate him. Wilder wants to catch a body, and you hate him. Conor McGregor talks about, like, if this was like the olden days, he would go to Jose Aldo's village and like persecute the people and all that. You love it. You love all that. You know, Conor McGregor saying the Dagestani soldiers told him that Khabib has a chicken jaw and all that. Khabib jumps out the octagon and tries to squab with the people. You guys all about that. Imagine if Wilder would have did that and start swinging on Tyson Fury's team, you know, jumped over some kind of, you know, jumped out the ring and started swinging. You'd be like, oh, these niggers, these hooligans. Yeah, come on, bro. We know the game. Stop playing. Khabib hopped out the octagon and started squabbing with the Conor McGregor's team. If Wilder and his boys did that, you know what the perception would be. Oh, these thugs, these hooligans, they have no home training. So, well, people try to act like these double standards don't exist. Stop it. You know, here's another one. Wilder's weighing fucking 209, and these same motherfuckers, right? They're not even giving props that he was 45 to 50 pounds undersized compared to 6'10" Tyson Fury, and he still was the one that was dropping the opponent. Yet Terrence Crawford was shorter and he looked smaller than Jose Benavidez. They bringing up Jose Benavidez's leg and saying, "Oh, it took you long enough. Took you 12 rounds to do it." You know what I'm saying? So even though Crawford stopped Jose Benavidez, you said it took too long. But then Wilder is 50 pounds under his opponent, and he's pressing the fight. You know, even though he was missing wildly in the middle rounds, but he's the one that produced two knockdowns, right? No credit given. Come on, bro. No, you keep saying 212. He weighed 212 at the weigh-in. He was on the conference call that I was on. I did a live. He said the night of the fight, they weighed him on the unofficial scale, and he was 209. So that's an unofficial scale. You could have certain things that you can have your cell phone in your pocket because you've already made weight. So that's what I'm referring to Harlem Future. Wilder himself says on the unofficial scale, he weighed 209. So, you know, he could have had like shoes on, heavy shoes. You know, he could have had a cell phone and keys in his pocket, and he was 209. So he might have been even lighter than that. It's an unofficial scale. But they don't bring up that aspect. They don't bring up how Wilder was, you know, pretty much rehydrated to what a cruiserweight would rehydrate to. And still put Fury on his ass, especially in the 12th round, the second knockdown. These dudes hate for a living, jealous, girly motherfucker. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, everything's so personal with them. It's so personal. Like, you know, and then they'll say, run around, ego's biased because I'm giving it to you real. Yes, Wilder said he weighed 209. He said he weighed on the unofficial scale at 209. And he said Fury was 260. Do the math. That's what I'm saying, man. And I already know. Like, let's say Ward Kovalev, too. Even if Wilder knocks out Fury in the rematch, they'll be like, oh, but Fury won that first one. You know, we see the same stuff in boxing. I'm not worried about it. But, you know, the funny thing is, like I said, if you play the game and you say whatever the popular opinion is, yeah, people are going to celebrate it and people are going to say, oh, yeah, all this, you know, you're talking that real. You're speaking my language and, you know, this is my favorite channel until you go against the grain. It's say that's why I'm not here for that. I'm saying what I feel. I don't give a fuck about, you know, how you feel about what I feel. That's not gonna happen, you know. But some people, they need validation, you know. They need somebody to some of y'all like the type of dudes where, like, if you're smashing a chick, you have to keep checking on her instead of just doing your thing. You got to keep checking. How did that feel? What about that? Are you comfy? Oh, do you need a pillow? Like, just girls don't want to hear that. They just want you to, you know what I'm saying? You fucking checking up on them. Everything feel good? Oh, how you feeling? That's how these dudes, because they need validation. You know, they need someone to validate what, you know, a lot of times insecurities and shit. I don't need no one to validate me. I feel how I feel. These dudes be checking on the girl. Did you like it? Are you about to come? What about that? Am I hitting the spot? I don't know, my sex pantomime is so terrible, but you guys get the point. I mean, I'm not going to be like really just start like doing hella extra, but you get what I'm talking about. Does it feel good? Huh? It be sounding like the Gatorade slogan. Is it in you? I'm fucking delirious. But I know I'm making sense still. You know, like, what are you doing? Like, girls don't want to hear that. You supposed to be, just smashing. You checking up on her and shit. But that's how dudes do with their opinion. They wait till the coast is clear. I'm not out here just trying to be controversial or trying to go against the grain with my opinion just for the fuck of it. I'm telling you how I really feel. But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna like I said, it's not my obligation or my job to make you feel comfortable with how I feel. I'm telling you what I see. If you don't like it, plenty of other channels for you. Lamar Gugis is dropping that heat on y'all. $10 super chat. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to all my Aries. Man, these Aries, us Aries is doing it. Shout out to the quiet haters. Awesome live stream. Time for me to be an engineer and work. Oh, you an engineer. That's why you dropping all them super chats. You got that engineer bread. Got to go make some more super chat money. Support the channel. Man, I appreciate you. You've been holding it down, man. What's Harlem Future laughing at? I don't know. I don't get it. Hey, y'all nasty as fuck. Does it feel good? How about that? What about that? Tell me, do you like it? Like, what are you doing, bro? These motherfuckers need validation. They need someone to co-sign, to let them know, like. That's why some people treat like social media and like YouTube, they treat it like a diary. And this is not no, fucking Diary of Anne Frank and shit. They need validation. I don't need I don't use social media as a diary and shit. If I have problems, I try to, if anything, me personally, if I have problems and shit going on that I need to fix, I try to handle them outside of like social media. I just like time. I like space. I don't, what am I going to tell all my problems for, But some people, it's like therapeutic to them. Then my girl cheated on me. Why would she do that? Why are you telling people that? You look pretty stupid. You just telling strangers on Instagram that your girl cheated on you? To each his own. But like I said, a lot of people, they need validation. They need someone. It's okay. She was the bitch anyway. So what a big bitch. Linda, you're a bitch. Hey, Linda, you're a bitch. What movie is that from? They need somebody to coddle them. I don't need that. Same dude saying Triple G won the first fight because he came forward all night. Man, these dudes, like, that's what I'm saying. There's no. Oh, wow, you really got that. Shout out to Charles Tiller. Yeah, it is the wedding singer. Wow. I didn't. Hey, Linda, you're a bitch. That was funny. Damn, I didn't think anyone would guess that. Wow. Good motherfucking morning. Wow. That was a little bit extreme. Yeah, man. Anyway, I've been killing long enough. The Vampire Stream. I'm happy for Fury. I'm happy for Wilder. Hopefully the next fight is bigger. I can't wait to see what Anthony Joshua does. They be on that Jamie Foxx booty call. Hope I don't wear your shit. Hey, I'm done. How is that good for Lomachenko? Pacquiao would be the best name on Lomachenko's resume if he can beat him. So that is not, I wouldn't say that's good. Pacquiao would literally be the best name on Lomachenko's resume. But anyway, it's been real. We got a lot of super chats for a Vampire Stream. That was surprising. Shout out to Lamar Gugis. He was the one responsible for most of them. Man, I'm going to keep pushing. I got a lot of stuff I'm working on behind the scenes. Y'all hear about some of it soon. Some good fights coming up. Happy holidays. Yeah. Yeah, I got something else. Hold on, I'll just do a video. I probably y'all don't want that sneak peek shit. It's cool. Y'all want a sneak peek? Y'all want to know? Y'all want some juicy gossip? Good morning, Boxingego. Morning. Y'all want a little piece of like some juicy info, something to think about before I get out of here? If y'all want to, can I get a hell yeah in the comment section? All right. This might come to a shock to some people. So remember I did a video and I told you how Triple G was meeting up with Al Heyman's representation about he's shopping a deal. So he's gonna see if he's going to ESPN, Doesnt, or PBC. Remember I did that video saying that he met up Wilder Fury week. We met up with PBC. So come to find out, Gennady Golovkin, he met up with him without Tom Loeffler. Like Tom Loeffler was not present. Kind of makes you wonder. You know. So to my knowledge, let me try to break this down for y'all. Tom Loeffler, I don't think is with K2 Promotions anymore. He has his own promotions now, 360. I don't know what happened. I don't know what. But Tom Loeffler was with K2 Promotions, and K2 Promotions was Golovkin's promoter. But now, I don't know how long either, Golovkin is really a free agent. Like, not just from a network, because HBO went out of business. But Gennady Golovkin, he's not signed to Tom Loeffler. They're working together for fights, obviously on a case-by-case basis. And if I'm not mistaken, Eddie Hearn has, I don't know about now, but Eddie Hearn was working with Dillian White the same way. A lot of people think like Dillian White has always been Matchroom, like long term, like Joshua. But I'm pretty sure Dillian White and Eddie Hearn work together deal by deal, case by case. I don't know if that's changed though. So it's pretty interesting because, you know, if he went to PBC, he could, you know, in theoretically, drop Tom Loeffler and have Al Heyman advise him and sign with PBC and not really have any contractual ties to Tom Loeffler. I'm not saying that's what he will or wants to do. I don't know. It's just something to think about. But yeah, to my knowledge, Triple G, he's a free agent for real. Like he did Tom Loeffler, they're working on a case by case basis. It's not like Tom Loeffler's like, oh, I have you under contract. Like Gervonta Tank Davis is under contract with Mayweather Promotion. He owes him more fights. Golovkin doesn't owe Loeffler. You know, he's free. He's a free agent. He can do what he wants. I don't know if Loma will beat Pacquiao, even at this age. I promise you. That's why I wanted to see it, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen now. So, I can't wait to see what Triple G decides. Does he go to Al Heyman? Listen, you got DAZN. ESPN seems like the weakest option. You know, no disrespect to ESPN, but to me it seems like the weakest option. I know they want him, but who's he gonna fight over there? Do you get what I'm saying? Like they don't have no middleweight. Like for certain divisions, ESPN would probably make a lot of sense, but for other divisions, maybe not so much. Like, I don't know who he would fight. So I think DAZN or PBC will probably be the stronger options. Danny Jacobs was under a multi-fight deal with HBO and Eddie Hearn, but I think he's also a free agent too, where meaning he can go back to Showtime, Fox if he wants. He's still advised by Al Heyman, or he can join DAZN with Demetrius Andrade and Canelo. So it's going to be interesting to see how this stuff plays out. So if Triple G goes to DAZN, obviously Canelo Trilogy would be an option. You know, Golden Boy's there. Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade, he got arrested. I did a video about that gun charge, but he's already been released. Maybe that. I don't think Triple G wants to fight Andrade though, but whatever. He's over there. And then a Danny Jacobs rematch. Oh, actually, Danny Jacobs could go back. I don't know if Danny Jacobs is going to go to the zone. So we have to see how this plays out. But if he goes to PBC, Jamal Charlo's there. Danny Jacobs may go back there. Peter Quillen. Who else? Caleb Plant. You know, it just depends on what division. James DeGale, I think, is... I don't know about Chris Eubank, but I think James DeGale is with him. You know, so there's just more options in or around. I don't know if Golovkin's going to stay at 160, if he's going to 168. I'm not sure. So we got to see how this all plays out. But that is the latest. Has HBO said anything about doing boxing occasional? They're not going to, bro. Oh, I mean, in my opinion, this is just me guessing around. I don't think they're going to. Because you got to look at the division in boxing. First of all, the boxing has to be beneficial. Like, put it this way. If you're going to occasionally cover boxing on your network, it has to be... it has to make sense, basically make money. So who's going to come back to HBO just for boxing? Canelo's under a long-term 5-year deal with DAZN. Floyd Mayweather left HBO and never came back. So who's going to come back? You know, you think that they're going to occasionally come back to host a Dimitri Bivol fight? It just doesn't make sense, bro. You know, Lomachenko and Crawford are on top rank. Errol Spence and Mikey are about to fight on Fox pay-per-view. So what fight are they gonna host? Do you get what I'm saying? So I think HBO is pretty much done. Because if you occasionally cover boxing, then it's gonna have to be something that's advantageous and mutually beneficial. And I don't see who's gonna fight that would be mutually beneficial for them to be there, but also would justify HBO, you know, like they're gonna be like, oh, we don't cover boxing year round, but we're coming back in April for Cecilia Brækhus, and you know, I just don't see that. I think they're just gonna focus their energies on programming. Anyway, the Vampire Stream. Holla at the kid. We working. You found what? Anyway, I'm out. Holla at the kid. The Vampire Stream. It turned into the breakfast stream. Peace out, y'all.